not. I'm not like you, Mom. I'm not forgiving in that way. Once you start calling me sweetie and baby and being patronizing and condescending and all this unnecessary, you've taken it from somewhere it didn't need to be. To start off the trip that way with that sort of energy, and then to think that it's gonna be water under the bridge, like, around me won't be no bridge.
Jackie Christie didn't yell. She didn't toss a drink. She didn't glare or even raise an eyebrow. And yet, somehow, she's being labeled the problem in this whole messy situation. But before anyone rushes to judgment, let's slow down and look at how all this began. Once the full picture is clear, it's obvious things aren't as simple as they seem. Everything started when Chantal decided she had enough of how Brandy was acting toward Ming. According to Chantal,
she's under a lot of stress.
I'm under a lot of stress. We're all in here as women dealing with a lot of things. I'm not taking it out on nobody else.
Brandy had been ignoring Ming, being cold, keeping her distance, and sending nasty looks her way. The energy Brandy gave off didn't go unnoticed. It was uncomfortable, and the vibe in the room changed because of it. Chantal wasn't about to sit back and watch. She called Brandy out on her behavior, saying it was rude and unnecessary. To be fair, Chantal wasn't the only one thinking it. Many fans had already picked up on Brandy's shady attitude. They had been side-eyeing her for weeks. When Chantal finally spoke up, she just voiced what others were already thinking, but too hesitant to say. Still, not everyone agreed with Chantal jumping in. Some thought it wasn't really her place to speak on Ming's behalf, especially since Ming hadn't said much about it herself. However, others felt that someone needed to say something, and at least Chantal had the guts to do it.
That she did to me and my sister's relationship, she won't even take accountability for. At this point, it's just like a fake, I have to keep talking to you so you won't go talk about me on Twitter and talk about me on Facebook.
And here's the thing, what Chantal said wasn't wrong. Brandy had a reputation for being distant and giving fake compliments while attaching herself to whoever had the most influence at the time, usually Evelyn or Jennifer. It wasn't a new pattern, and this time, Chantal just put it out there. She called Brandy's attitude out for what it was: stale, performative, and fake. That's when things got heated. Brandy snapped. She didn't just defend herself, she got personal. Brandy attacked Chantal's character, her intentions, and even her emotional maturity.
This place here in the same building because I want you to be able to keep an eye on things while I'm back and forth with the kids. But I don't need you micromanaging. I don't need you coming down, knocking on the door all hours of the night.
I don't get a key?
What?
Suddenly, it wasn't about Ming anymore. The situation shifted. It became Brandy versus Chantal, full of cutting remarks, sarcastic tones, and pointed body language. It was clear Brandy had been waiting for this opportunity. The way she responded didn't seem like a sudden reaction. It felt like she had some tension bottled up and finally found the chance to let it all out. Now, this is where Jackie comes in, but not in the way you'd expect.
Can't even admit to anything that she said. I don't know where the group can go.
Jackie was right there when everything happened. She heard the exchange, watched the back and forth, saw her daughter standing her ground, and said nothing. That's right. Jackie, the woman known for jumping into every single argument, especially when it involves her daughter, sat still and quiet. And that silence? It was loud. Fans immediately noticed. Some said maybe Jackie was finally giving Chantal space to handle her own problems. One person on social media said Jackie let Chantal handle her own drama. Growth, but others weren't so generous. They felt like Jackie's silence wasn't growth, it was strategic. Critics argued that Jackie only inserts herself when it helps her image or makes her look like a caring, protective mom. They pointed out that, in this case, stepping in didn't serve her storyline. That's why, they claim, Jackie sat back and watched. People started saying she was being fake, disloyal, and more concerned with how she appeared than with actually being there for her daughter. One comment summed it up. When Chantal needed her mom the most, Jackie was nowhere. But let the cameras benefit her, and she's right in the middle. But hold on, isn't this exactly what Chantal asked for before? Let's rewind for a moment. Remember when Chantal had that drama with Drea? Jackie did what she always does. She jumped in fast, loud, and unfiltered to defend her daughter. She confronted people, made scenes, and tried to take over the situation. And how did Chantal respond? She told Jackie to back off. She told her mother she didn't want help, didn't need it, and was tired of being embarrassed. She wanted to handle things on her own, in her own way. Jackie, despite how hard it was, respected that. She stepped back, listened, and gave her daughter space. So now, when Jackie finally does what Chantal asked, why is she suddenly being attacked for it? It's ironic. Chantal once begged her mom to stop interfering. Now she's frustrated that her mom didn't jump in. That contradiction is hard to ignore. It's like Jackie can't win no matter what she does. Let's take a closer look at Chantal's behavior. Her reaction to Jackie's silence doesn't seem genuine. It seems convenient. She didn't want Jackie involved before, but now that she feels attacked, suddenly Jackie should have stepped in. This inconsistency is why fans are confused. It seems like Chantal wants her mom quiet when it makes her look mature, but vocal when she needs support. When Jackie is too involved, she's overbearing. When Jackie steps back, she's heartless. So which is it? Because it's starting to look like Jackie is only pulled into these arguments when it's helpful to someone else. When things get uncomfortable, suddenly it's, why didn't my mom back me up? But when it's smooth sailing, Jackie's presence is seen as annoying. It's like Jackie is being brought into the spotlight when someone needs a shield, pushed to the side when they don't. But Jackie isn't the type to be halfway involved. She's either fully present or completely out. There's no in-between with her. So blaming Jackie now doesn't add up. She followed the very boundaries her daughter set. If Chantal wanted support, maybe she should have been clearer before. And this leads to a bigger question. Is this about growing up and setting boundaries? Or is it about controlling how people see you? Because if Chantal wants to be the strong, independent woman, she has to stand on her own, even when it's tough. She can't expect her mom to come running only when it's convenient. Meanwhile, Jackie continues to get the short end of the stick. Whether she speaks or stays silent, she's always the one getting dragged. Her actions are constantly picked apart. If she defends someone, she's too much. If she doesn't, she's cold. There's no winning for her. Look at the rest of the cast: Evelyn, Jennifer, even Brandy. They've all played games, switched sides, thrown shade, and walked away from friendships. But no one holds them to the same standard. Jackie's loyalty is always questioned. Her emotions are judged more harshly than anyone else's. Now, we're seeing it again. Jackie chose a different path this time. She stayed in the background. She gave her daughter space. She avoided turning the spotlight on herself. And still, people say she failed. It's like Jackie is trapped. She's not allowed to change or grow. Everyone expects her to play the same role every season, and if she tries something new, they say she's fake. That's the Jackie Christie trap. It's not just the audience. Even the cast treats her differently. They twist her words, doubt her intentions, and hold her to a higher bar than anyone else. She's expected to fix everything, be everywhere, say all the right things, and then criticized for doing so. And if all that wasn't enough, let's not ignore Brandy's part in all this. Brandy has a history of stirring things up and then stepping back when the heat turns up. Her falling out with Malaysia, her jabs at Evelyn, she starts drama and then acts surprised when it explodes. This time with Chantal. Same thing. As soon as Chantal called her out for treating Ming badly, Brandy didn't just clap back, she went all in. Her response was sharp and quick. It felt personal, like she'd been waiting for a reason to unload. And then came the manipulation. Brandy knows Jackie. She knows how fiercely Jackie protects her daughter. She probably expected Jackie to jump into the argument. And when she didn't, Brandy used that as a weapon. She turned Jackie's silence into a dig. She basically said, "Even your mom won't defend you." That wasn't random, that was intentional. Brandy flipped the story and painted Jackie as the villain, even though Jackie did exactly what people said she should have done in the past: stay out of the mess. That's how Brandy controls the narrative. She lights the match, waits for the fire, and when things go south, she blames the person who didn't even hold the match. In the end, we're left with a mess where no one is innocent. But Jackie, once again, gets the blame. So, Here's the question. Was Jackie wrong for staying quiet? Or did she finally do what everyone asked of her and still get punished for it? Let us know what you think in the comments. And trust us, the next episode? It's even crazier. We'll be breaking that down next.